It's doing. Yay! Hi everybody. This is Sarah and Mark, who's over here. Say hi. Oh, we have the same shirt on. Isn't that cute?
Right.
True story.
It's JPL Day
It's
in
JPL.
Vegas!
No, apparently it is.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know. I have a beer. It's Saturday.
It could be relaxing, but no.
Nope, I'm streaming, bitches. It's time to do
We're
work.
both designing boards, too. Isn't that funny?
Oh my god. And we have the same shirt on.
I know. What's going on here?
It's like we're twins.
It's like Bizarro World or something.
Mark and I are the
PC
same.
board twins.
Oh my god.
We're both using Eagle CAD
Oh,
at the same time.
it's like I'm copying you or something.
No.
No. We do have the same shirt on. And we are. We're both drinking the same beer. And we're both doing Eagle at the same time. This is so cute. Ooh, notification squad. Hi James and Jeffrey. Welcome to Saturday doing board stuff. I'm gonna turn the camera down to my desktop. Bam, there we go. And I'm gonna get to doing what I said I was gonna do here in a second. Oh, there's 6 of you guys here. Hello, 6 of you. Happy Saturday. Let's see, I can go to this for the moment. So I decided this weekend, well, I guess we've been talking about it like over the past couple of weeks, but the notion of holding the first NoodleCon came up. Yeah? NoodleCon? Which I think the discussion involved crashing DEF CON in some capacity, and not actually going to DEF CON, but setting up shop somewhere near DEF CON, and just being a nuisance.
See who shows up.
And yeah, just kind of sending a shout out to my friends and seeing who actually finds me. But I'd be there with Noodle wherever I ended up to, squatting on the ground with all of my nonsense. And I'd have to make a badge, because you can't have a con of any sort without a proper badge. So kind of impromptu, I went to the Hardware Developers Didactic Galactic 2 days ago, and I spoke, and I touched base with all my friends, and everyone kind of was like, yeah, definitely make a Noodle badge. So I very quickly kind of came up with this base stock design in Illustrator like an hour ago. Really quick. And I'm going to utilize the different colors that you can get with the solder mask and the silk and the copper and the knot things and the different combinations of stuff that create all the depth and texture that you get out of circuit board art, which is really big right now. Like ever since the badge life thing kind of took off, everybody's making little PC board add-ons. So I'm going to make my own badge. And it's all about Noodle. This isn't my con, this is Noodle's con. So I'm going to put those little universal connectors that all those cool badges have on his feet, so that you can actually, this board will power the add-ons, and you can stick them on his feet and his face and probably someplace else if I decide to, I don't know how many connectors I'm going to put on this. Mark, am I going to put an Atmega on this? Should I just put the normal Atmega chip? Or could I use an AT Tiny?
I think for simplicity, you're not saving really any money. You're saving a good $1 or $2, right?
Yeah.
But with the Atmega 328, you're not screwing around with the Arduino thing to try to get the AT Tiny thing and find out it won't do something that you expected it to. So just put the 328.
How much is a speaker? Like a little shitty speaker.
You put a speaker on there?
I was thinking of putting that 555 theremin on it and then having it be really loud and annoying.
That's, if you're gonna give, here's
5.5 timers are cheap, right?
Well,
and so are photo sensors. The only thing that'd be expensive are the speaker, depending on how much they are. But those are like $1. So if it's just $1,
you can get, but they're big, and now it needs power to drive it. Now you're not with a coin cell.
These ones, look.
You're gonna put a 9-volt, so people get their own damn 9 volts or something.
No, like one of these. Like I'm talking about something like this. like a shitty one. Like you could run
Yeah,
this.
you could probably get one off of Tata in time or Amazon.
Because I'm only gonna probably make. I'm gonna make like 30 to 40 of these, like a really small run. So I only need to get if they're $1 then. Or
Or get them off of electronic gold mine or electronic. Yeah, you should be able to find a
So I think
speaker.
I think
You're complicating it.
I know. Of course I am.
The thing is, you're gonna have the connectors for badges. Did you see that yet?
Yes.
Okay. I would focus on that. I mean, are you gonna instead you're gonna do a 555 instead or something?
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna break out to the connectors since I'm gonna have pins.
You're gonna have like $8 in parts to each badge. Where are you gonna get the money for that?
I might. Well, how much are 555 timers? Aren't those like
they're
super
like 50
cheap?
or 60 cents?
Yeah.
But then you have like little piece parts, a couple other parts, right? Another $1, you know.
No, it's literally like two 555 timers hooked together with like a transistor or something.
Yeah,
and then
transistors and shit, right?
Yeah, but
so,
I'm only gonna make
you're in for $1 or $2 in parts. So your at Mega is $2, right? And then some. You're $4 or $5 in the fab. So, well, you probably get the deal, like, but
I'm gonna see how much it's gonna cost.
I mean, you're making.
I know, but if you're gonna do it, you gotta hit it hard. Is my point. I don't know.
NoodleCon 1 should be simple.
NoodleCon. Noodle says that his badge needs to be.
I throw an at Mega on there. I put the run out to the because they run out the Iceboard C connectors.
Yeah.
To the pins on the badge things.
Yeah.
So. That's
maybe I don't.
And now it's a hackable badge.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have an at Mega at all. I just have the power going to the pins to run.
You can do the theremin in the at Mega though through code, and that should be your opportunity to pull that off.
But it's funner in analog, and it's cheap, right? Funner. They'll be less expensive.
No, but if you only have the at Mega on it, and you have the pin, you pin out all the pins, right?
Yes.
Then the challenge is to do the theremin in code instead of the already.
But then I have to do that, and I don't know how.
But then that's what you need. You're coming to NoodleCon, and people can come and help you.
Make it scream.
Make it scream, right? Scram. And one of your little badges, you should make a little micro badge. It's a make it scrim. It's a bird.
Make it scrim. I need to make a.
People that help you do that get one of those.
Dear.
They get a little chirping bird that's like beep 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 beep
beep beep beep. Choke me harder, daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to make all these badges now. I still need to make the nipple gear badge.
Yes.
Shit.
You should get on that. So keep this simple. Processor, pin out, the basic pinouts.
I'm going to do the theremin.
And then do a 555 add-on.
Fine, I'll make it out.
That should be its own badge, and if you don't get it done, then you're not going to cry. But put your main badge.
I'm gonna put the pads on the back, and then I'm gonna have a little kit that you can buy potentially for the 555 timers.
But your add-on connector.
Because it's 2 parts. It's literally 2 extra. It's like
the same with add-on connectors. Why don't the challenge is to make the add-ons do the things?
Nope. Shh. I'm gonna design the board.
Right.
Everyone's watching us argue, and it's stupid. Hi guys, what's everyone talking about in here? Hi AP Tech. Hi Riz. Hi Pullis Squallis. Hi Caleb. Hi everybody. Mark and I are like going, Mommy, Daddy, don't argue. Yeah. No, they can't hear you. I need to get a speaker.
Sorry.
When I have money again.
Right here.
It's my laptop that's the speaker. Yeah. So
your mom can hear me. So the phone call.
I don't know.
That's.
Sorry. So anyhow, as I was saying, so I have a document already opened up. I'm going to put a photo theremin on this badge, and the thing that's delightful about the photo theremin is that it makes horrible sounds depending on the amount of light that's hitting the photo cells. So you can, if you choose to, you can play songs with the photo cells and your reflexes to like control how much light is hitting the photo cells at any one like given moment, or you can just kind of let ambient light hit the badge and nature will cause it to make its own like mating calls in the wild in the form of like high-pitched horrible screeching that I find delightful. So I'm hopefully going to make the most annoying badge to be found. at NoodleCon. NoodleCon. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get into it. Get into the badge doing. How long have I been talking? How long has this been going on? I don't even know. That's not what I want. 10 minutes. Okay, I'm 10 minutes into this. At some point, I have to break and I have to finish watching Westworld, because I have to watch Westworld. Right, Mark?
Exactly.
Alright, guys. Okay, so I have a document opened up already in Eagle. I started it. I actually deleted everything I did so far just so I could go over what I'm doing with you guys. What I did is I designed what I want the board to look like relatively in Illustrator. So right here on the right, I kind of have a mock-up of the layers. The purple is the solder mask. The kind of ugly green background is the fiberglass board with no solder mask on either side. The white is the silk, and then you can't really tell it because it's mostly the same color almost as the fiberglass layer, but there's this stroke in it's actually gold, and that's the copper showing through the solder mask. So I'm going to use all of those different potential colors to create a badge that's going to look kind of like this once it's fabricated, roughly. And I don't know where the actual circuit's going to go yet, because again, I'm still spitballing that with Mark. So I exported this as a DXF. It looks kind of like this, which doesn't. This looks like incomprehensible. Like what the hell is this? I don't even know. So this is the badge. It's all the different layers. There's no curves though, because for whatever reason the DXF import ULP and Eagle CAD doesn't import Bezier curves for some reason. So I had to get rid of those and make them angles and straight lines. So I can go ahead and fix that once it's imported, but I just can't bring it in already that way. Which, whatever. You deal with it, right? So at the top here, there's this thing that says Run ULP and Eagle, and this is a board document, by the way. If I click on that and I scroll down to the import, there's a import DXF. I'm gonna open that, and on my desktop there's a thing called noodlecon.dxf, so I'm going to import that onto my reference layer in millimeters. That's important because that's how I exported the DXF. You want to keep those two things consistent. I'm gonna click OK. It's gonna run. Come on, you can do it. So it ran, and I have that thing that I just showed you in Illustrator. It's now in the Eagles in pink lines. Except it, for whatever reason, wanted to. It never puts it in the right place. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Do you know why, Mark?
The way what?
Why does it import like way away from where it needs to be? Is it because it hates me?
Oh, it's probably where the center of where it thinks the center of where we exported it from was.
The center of my life.
I think when you do the DXF, there's a chance that you can translate it over. You knew what the offset was.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, it does it, whatever, you took it.
So it is.
Tools. Tools that fight each other. It's how the robot world begins. The DXF exporter hates the Eagle CAD.
Can everyone hear Mark? No, I need to get a mic.
No, I'm gonna shut up now.
Dear God. Okay, I want to get this as centered as possible before I get too far into the endeavor and have to move everything because that's annoying. Alright, that's pretty decent. Alright, so what I need to do now that I've imported the bulk design of the board, I'm gonna go and I'm going to designate where each piece, like chunk, layer that's going to go onto. So on the side here, you have your little like display layer box that shows you all the things that are on. Right now, everything's on. I'm going to turn everything off except for the reference layer that I'm working on. Actually, what am I going to do first? How do I do this? I think the first thing I'm going to designate is the dimensions, which is the outermost line that's going around the badge. That's like where the actual board is going to be cut. So to switch what layer that's on, you click the change tool right here, which is the little ranch, and then you go to layer, and then I want it to go to the dimensions layer. I'm going to click OK, and then now I can go and click on all the pieces that I want to be on the dimensions layer rather than the reference layer, which is what I originally imported all of the hullabaloo onto. Oh man. So again, this is where my actual board is going to be cut. This line out here. So now that that's on its own separate layer from the reference layer, I'm gonna check the chat really quick. Cool. Thank you again for joining me, guys. Mark must spend every Saturday in a Bacta tank to preserve his rugged good looks.
Whoa.
Ooh. Mark is devilishly handsome, isn't he?
Really?
He's so handsome.
You can only see my face.
He has those Hobbit good looks. Found some Chinese ones on
Gandalf in the streets, Hobbit in the sheets.
You mean Frodo? Bilbo.
Frodo in the sheets.
Frodo in the sheets?
Yeah, Bilbo in the sheets.
I guess. Co-working spaces in Las Vegas. I don't know. I'm sure they exist. I just
no.
I don't know. We don't do that, so we don't know what they are.
Just say no to co-working.
No. Oh, Peter says everyone can hear Mark. That's good. Oh yes, AP Tech said because of the colors. Yeah, I'm gonna have these made with OSH Park. So they're gonna be purple.
Like you have a
Positively
choice.
Purple. They're positively purple noodle boards.
You were tops too.
Noodle wanted purple boards. He told me that he wanted them to be purple. So Noodle, at Noodle's request, they'll be perfectly purple. So
purple.
Noodle's a happy boy.
Noodle.
Uh-oh, wait, what is it? Wait, if Sarah didn't answer, Fisty is a hand puppet. You shove your fist up his butt. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Fisty's right here. He's like, ah! Oh my God. Noodle has to have his little buddy. Okay, what am I doing? Oh yeah, boards. Okay, so if I go back to this buddy over here, I can actually turn off, I'm gonna turn off the reference layer now so that I'm only looking at the dimensions. And I'm gonna go ahead and select the dimensions of the board, and I'm going to copy this. And the reason why is if I click back over to the design of the board, what I want it to look like, I mentioned that this kind of like sickly looking, whatever you call this, it's supposed to be fiberglass color. It's kind of like a pukey green, yellow. Since I don't want there to be anything on this layer, I need to draw the same shape as the dimension of my board so that it knows to not put anything there, and that will go on the restrict layer. So if I go back to Eagle, there's a layer called restrict for both the front and back, and any shape on that layer will basically put none of the solder mask garbage in that area. So I'm going to need to copy the board dimensions twice and put it on the top restrict and the bottom restrict, if you're following along with me. So I'm going to, I have everything off except for my dimensions layer, which is the outline, and I'm going to select the entire thing, and I'm going to copy it. So copy group, and I'm going to drag it over here, kind of next to the dimensions, and then I'm going to click my change tool, and I'm going to go to layer, and I'm going to select the top restrict. I'm actually going to change the I'm going to change the color of those real quick. So top, I want this to be that color there. And then bottom restrict, I will make blue. Okay, that way I know what I'm playing with. So I click OK. I'm going to select this whole chunk, and I'm going to click my wrench tool and do layer, top restrict, OK, and then I'm going to right-click, change group, and it's going to change to that salmon color that I decided to make the top restrict. And I'm going to click the move tool, right-click, move group, since it's still selected, and then put this right back on top of my dimensions in the exact same place. So now I'm going to do that whole song and dance again with the bottom restrict. So I'm going to turn off everything but the dimensions, and I'm going to select this shape, copy it, click the copy button right there, right click, copy group, I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to change this to B restrict, and right click, change group. Oh, why did it do that? It did the wrong one. This one. There we go. All right, I'm going to move this back over on top of my dimensions, and that part's done. So far, what I've done so far is this orange color right here. Orange, oh my god, green, yellow, mucus, this snot color shape. I have basically masked this out in the board layout. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is address the so the islands that exist on top of the restrict, are those just other shapes inside of the restrict?
No, you can't. So you've wiped out your mask, right?
Yes.
So the only way to put the mask back is you have to do little peninsulas.
No.
Yes, and then grow them out. As far as I know, I don't think there's another. I don't think there's another layer that puts the mask back. Does that make sense?
I thought you said there was like a positive and a negative, and then.
No. The mask works in negative. The silk screen works as a positive. So you just draw what you want to be silk screen, and it will appear. So.
But you can't draw what you want in solder mask, and it will appear.
No, the solder mask is 100%, unless you block it out with the restrict layer, right? So you're carving out cheese holes when you're doing that. The thing is, because you want most of your board that way, you have to island in your thin line this stuff back.
So then.
You're gonna play some tricks there. Yeah. You need help with it? I can show you.
So then I'm basically going to trace the noodle, like all the other shapes on the restrict layer, and then connect them with lines then?
No, you have to modify the restrict that you did.
Uh-huh.
You have to modify that to add to that shape. You only get one. I think you can overlap restrict shapes, but only when you're taking the mask away. Right, so
what have I done?
I'll show you.
Noodle says he doesn't like
All right,
this.
did you do it? Is this it?
No.
No, that's the Illustrator.
No. So no, I have my. T and B
Right? Do you have your
restrict.
reference layer?
Mm-hmm. So none but reference.
So reference, and then the layer you just drew.
So I did T
do your
and B.
outline, right? Do you even care?
My-
Just do that later. Right, copy that restrict layer to your outline layer. And that's your outline. So
whatever. So they're all on.
okay. You've done the restrict layer?
Yeah.
Is it not on?
Yeah.
Usually it's not filled.
No. There's a T and a B restrict. I did both. They're both there.
Restrict. Okay. Okay.
I can figure it out.
I thought it would fill. Yeah, I'm talking about the wrong layer. The stop layer. Oh, you know what? What was restrict? There's copper mask, stop mask, restrict is something else. You might have to Google that.
Oh no.
Restrict is something else.
Oh, so I'm telling people the total wrong bullshit.
It's stop mask. Yeah, sorry, I confused those two. It's this T stop.
Okay.
That's why for whatever reason it's not drawing. It's not filling. I don't know what the.
Haven't we done this before? Have we done it wrong?
We probably in some board it didn't come out the way we thought it would.
You're like picking my.
No, I'm gonna Google it.
Okay.
I
Okay, so how do I? All right, I have to retrace on the silk. The silk layer is the one that I want for my silk, right? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna. That's not a misconception that I've had this entire time.
You're doing what now? Say
The white silk.
Silk is T.
I'm doing T silk.
Place.
T place is the silk.
Yes.
Okay. T place. Okay.
A restrict cuts into your. You can put words in the ground plane. To restrict, I believe.
Okay.
So you're restricting the etch.
Okay.
So you're drawing something on the etch. That's the restrict layer.
Okay.
So if you want in that copper you made, like your gold trim, you're going to draw a restrict layer to blow away the etch in that zone. So you're going to have to flood fill the ground plane, right? And then you're going to copy. Or you can draw lines. That's your option. You can choose not to flood and just draw everything in line. I think you should draw everything in lines.
Okay.
You'd probably be better off.
So
if you're doing shapes, you're probably manipulating the restrict layer a little bit.
okay.
Or you're adding text in the copper.
Okay.
So you're doing the stop, T-stop,
Yes.
T-bottom.
I'm doing T plate.
Or B-stop and T-stop, right?
Yes.
So that's going to move. That is going to remove the mask. Wherever you draw something on T-stop, the mask goes away in that area.
Okay.
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 Where in silk, if you draw something in silk, it adds silk to that area. That's what I meant by the inverse. One's inverse from the other. Is how they do.
So I'm putting the noodle words on the T plate. Wait, silk. Wait, oh wait. No, I put it on T place. I needed T silk, didn't I? Or no?
The white.
Yeah.
The white will show up on T place.
Oh, T place. Okay, so I didn't do it right. How do I do shapes?
It's a filled polygon.
How do I do?
So, what did you change that layer to T?
Yeah.
No. That's your reference. Don't screw with it. You have to draw a new shape. Put that back. Undo.
Why do I?
A million times.
What?
Why did you do that?
Cause. I don't suck. That's what
All
I'm
right.
supposed to be doing. Mm.
Leave your reference alone. Don't screw with it. That's your reference. You're going to turn it off later. Okay. So let's do a silk shape just for fun. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, you into this? All right. Click your filled shape. Do.
That's what?
That box.
Fuck.
There's an
This
empty box and
box?
full box.
This
I think it's
box.
the one on the right. No, yeah, you're right.
Rect.
No, rect are only rectangles. It's the one on the
Oh.
right. Click that one.
Okay.
All right. Now your options are hatch, solid hatch, and empty. You're going to do a solid fill.
Okay.
Your you
I
may
don't want
you
that.
may have to screw with rank later, but don't worry about it now. That may you have to set your grid finder. It's a why do you
Motherfucker.
keep changing your grid?
I didn't.
Oh, it went back when.
When it crashed.
Thank you, Eagle. All right. So do that. Yeah, there you go. Just trace that out.
No. Mm. I feel like watching The Producers.
That would be a good one to find.
That's my favorite movie. When I was a teenager. I had the biggest crush on Gene Wilder ever.
There you go. See?
Noodle!
That's your silk.
Noodle! You have an
So,
N. Look how happy he
I would
is.
recommend do your silk, right?
Okay.
Then turn that layer off so that you can focus on the other layers.
Okay.
But get that out of the way.
Okay. Thank you. You ready to get in the kiddie pool?
I am totally ready to get in the kiddie pool.
Dunk in. How
Okay,
do
so-
I do a negative? For
Okay,
the
so here's and this is you're going to do this with the other thing
Oh,
too, in
man.
reverse. You need to make imagine a C shape or a U shape.
I don't want to make a stencil.
Yes. No. That instead of a block, you're going to have to carve in, go around, and then overlap it a little bit and carve back out. That's what you have to do for those shapes. There's no inverse silk screen, as far as I know.
I swear people do those things though.
I don't know what it is. No, if somebody out there knows in your comments, they can say something. So do that. Okay, now once you've done that, you can use the that kink
That
tool.
bullshit tool, y'all add in.
So go in and you carve that out.
All right, I'm gonna continue doing the white since this is my lot in life now. Oh god, the no, you know the copper stroke that I put around things. That can be a line, right?
In like around N and O.
Yes.
Yes, you can make those just lines.
Okay.
If you want the board to be thicker or beefier in the area, you can. Well, you're gonna have electronics on this, right?
On the back.
Okay, so you can't see through the whole board if you do that. You should have a ground plane.
I'm going to put
Right.
no. I want you to be able to see through the whole board because
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
should have a
put
ground puddle with your electronics.
I'm gonna put the electronics on the solid shapes on the back side where there's solder-esque. So like the letters are Noodle's feet or his body.
Good
That's
luck with that. Okay. So the thing you can do for the gold trim on this
yes.
is what I think I would do is just like you're doing now, in the top layer, right?
Yes.
Draw your top layer, the bigger noodle letters.
The big noodle letters.
Okay.
Okay.
And then that way there'll be copper underneath the letters, the silk.
There is going to be copper underneath the.
Well, no, what?
There is.
No, there's not. There's no copper right now, and there won't be. If you just draw lines, there won't be any copper in the middle of the E and the middle of the L space. So
Okay.
what you're doing is you're drawing a fatter L and a fatter E
Yes.
in the top layer, and then that'll also get a silk layer applied to it, but it'll also have the thing.
That's what I was going to do, I think.
So, and as far as the mask, you're gonna have to draw. I think you. So my worry is that if you obliterate the mask for your whole board, wherever there's silk, it may not put the silk down.
But I'm gonna put
Okay.
that behind where the silk is.
The mask?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to add the mask back in.
That's what I...
Well, and the mask works in reverse, so you're going to have to carve away at the mask. Right? Think sculpture. You're carving away where the mask is. So you're not going to draw shapes like this. You're going to do the exact opposite. You're going to do the O's and the noodle method for the mask.
Okay.
And if wherever you want mask and you don't, you're going to have to come in and carve away and then come back out. It's going to be tedious, but that's how you do.
Noodle says that mommy is a good board maker and she will figure this shit out because she understands.
Are you going to put curves on this?
Yeah. But you told me not to screw with the reference layer, so I'm not screwing with the reference layer.
You're right. Well, you could have curved those and just traced over them later.
I haven't checked the chat in a minute. I'll go and do that here after I'm done tracing the noodlecon word. noodlecon.
Noodlecon artist.
Noodle.
Noodlecon artist.
Noodle says he's a white hat. He says he's
a white hat.
He's a taste hat.
He's a taste hat.
He's a bean hat. Noodle. He's gonna do it. Gonna park himself somewhere and he's gonna romp.
You are gonna smash it at the Computer Enthusiast Security Conference.
What?
Computer Security Enthusiast Conference.
Noodle.
That's what I called that one.
Noodle.
Computer Security Enthusiast.
There. NoodleCon is where you want to be.
Yeah. And do his feet.
Feet.
Con.
Feet. You
need to do the back leg is metal.
Heard of daddy. Wait, what?
You need to do the rear leg as a metal exposure.
Yes. Copper foot. Beep, 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 beep.
All right. I'm going to make
risotto. Risotto. Ras. Poke me in my rice hole. Hi, guys. See, I do kind of know what I'm doing. I know what I'm signing up for. I knew this was going to be a pain in the butt. But I'm going to do it. It's going to turn out great. It's going to be glorious. Just you see, wait, and do. How's the chat going? Assuming, yes. Yes. Should find more workflow. Sometimes you can use a silk screen. I think it's called Meg Silk. Ooh. Dashboard. Hey guys. Cool. I'm just checking everything. But all right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do as much as I can possibly, like, do. Without help. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get, like, at least the design portion of this board finished today. I'm probably not gonna get to the circuit because, again, I'm still not even really sure what I'm gonna commit to doing. I am gonna look up and see how much it will cost for me to make 30 of those theremin board circuit dues, because they're pretty awesome. I would like to do that. If it ends up being too expensive, then I'm just going to, like, put the processor on it and call it done. Because, again, this is just a thing I decided to do last minute on top of the 50 other things I actually have to do. So, as it goes. How's the light in here? That's not terrible. There we go. Not even really sure if that helped any. Might just be backlit now. Whatever. Light is good. And then his head is this like inner triangle piece. There. Okay. That goes on the solder mask, so that needs to go. Ooh. I'm like thinking. I guess I have this to reference. So the gold is on the outside of the black. Okay, I can figure this out. Alright, but let's make Noodle's head a little bit less, like, triangle-y. He says he doesn't like that. So if you hold down the Command key, you can click the middle of a line and make it all curvy-like. No. Gotta turn off my reference layer because it's being annoying. How goes, Mark?
I'm good.
Are you alive inside? Oh. Not alive, but good? Oh god. Mark's making risotto. Risotto is what you have on Saturday. If you're us, apparently. Risotto. And yeah, we are going to watch Westworld in a bit. Which I'm very much enjoying. Okay, oh god. That's good enough. I'll fix it later. Okay, that's starting to look like kind of what I wanted. I think what he was saying, well, I know what he was saying is that I now need to go and do this. He said negative silk. Mark 5 is alive. Neg silk. Okay, let me look that up. Neg silk. Eagle CAD. Neg, not Meg. God damn it. Solder mask text inside. Inverted, I don't want. So it's a ULP, the inverse text on the silk screen. What? Oh, am I looking at subtractive text and copper. Oh god. Shouldn't have had any beer before starting to do this. Alright. I'll fuck with that later. The next thing I was going to do is save the board. And I guess I can screw with the, Wait, did he said that the restrict was not what that needed to be on. That needed to be something else. Thinking. Always with the thinking. Mark! I don't remember what layer he told me to put the I don't want anything on this layer to be. It wasn't... He said it wasn't restrict, it was... mask? Stop? Mark, was that stop? I'm gonna go ask him. I'll be right back. Was it the stop layer? I have to draw like a really fucking stupid shape. That's gonna suck. Suck. Okay. So on the T-stop, let's make that a color I recognize. We'll do the salmon again, because I'm partial to the salmon. And then the B-stop will be the blue. Okay. So I'm going to turn that reference layer back on so I can see what I'm tracing. I'm probably going to screw this up once or twice. But, that's okay. So I think that's this inner line, not the outer line, the outer stroke. I think that's what I wanted to be copper, like the actual copper showing through. I think the one, actually no, that would be that. Ooh, okay. Okay, so it is the outside line. The outside line, yeah, okay. I've got this, I can do this. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, 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 beep. Well, we'll start at the top then. Okay, so I'm gonna start... Basically, I have to make a stencil with this, and that's like what we've been kind of deliberating over. Like, I understand in theory what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know how I'm going to actually pull it off and make it look pretty, I think is the thing that I'm concerned with. We'll see. I might completely screw this up the first couple of times. But, that's okay. After I binge watch Westworld, I'll probably sit back down and do another pass on this and make sure that it doesn't look like garbage. And then I'll proceed to figure out what it's gonna do, or what I can afford having it do. Because again, this is like another project that I don't actually have any money to be doing. It's just like everyone's participating in some way, so I don't want to feel left out. So I'm gonna do a thing, or Noodle's gonna do a thing rather, because this is Noodle's project, not mine. And Noodle will go to his first DEF CON. He gets to be a Hacker Pants. Noodle Hacker Pants. Okay, so instead of closing this shape, I'm going to go down. And I have to outline all this stuff. Oh, this is gonna be so weird. Okay, how am I gonna do that? Anyway, how are you guys doing? I'll check the chat in a minute. I swear. After I feel like I'm on top of this and I'm not just like completely lost and screwing everything up, I'll chat a little bit more. Oh man. Ugh. I think I'm doing this right. Suppose it doesn't matter. Ah. Hi there, mister. They said there's like a -6 silk ULP or something that I could. I'm not clicking away right now.
Or the negative? Oh yeah. You should find it. When you're done, is that the T stop? T that's a stop mask? I think you want no stop mask at all.
There, I did
no,
it.
That's not what you mean.
That's what you told me to do.
You need to bring it all the way to the silk because you want your gold exposed. Okay. You want the board exposed, you want the FR4 exposed, and you want the gold exposed. So that means that you're going to go to the border of your silk.
I want nothing to be here. Zero
yes,
things.
You want exactly. You want 0 to be there, but you want your trim around noodle to be gold, right?
Yeah, I left it. See?
No.
That's where it's going.
But because you
Right
left
there.
it, it's going to cover the gold. You have to expose to the gold as well. With your stop layer. This is telling where not to draw a stop layer.
No, I don't want there to be any copper or anything here. Like nothing.
No. The copper around the border, around the C.
Yeah.
Your stop has to go all the way to the silk so that the copper that you drew there, that plane that you put there, it will be exposed. Does that make sense?
Okay. Maybe. But what about where the copper doesn't go?
Then you would have a stop mask, right? You're going to draw that shape in there, and then you're going to not put any top layer in there. Then that will expose your FR4, right? But where you put the top
What's
layer,
the FR4?
The yellow material. Okay, it's fiberglass resin. Okay. So
this is where I want the FR4 exposed.
yes, so that's correct. But you also want the copper, the gold plating around the C.
Mm-hmm.
You have to also bring that inside.
Well, then what shape do I draw to...
You're going to draw, like your silk, you're going to draw in the top layer a bigger C on the outer layer.
Okay.
In the top. And name it ground. Right? And it will flood fill as ground. Okay? So do a positive shape on the top layer that matches the C. Do another C a little bit bigger. Right? Match your template. That is your gold.
So you're saying, oh God, this needs to be brought.
That will be brought all the way to the, yes.
To that. Okay. Okay.
We're making Martha Stewart's risotto.
Thank you, Martha. Right, I'm going to turn that reference.
Chill with Martha.
Chill with my boys in the Hamptons.
Yes.
The Hamptons. The Hamptons. Okay. Yeah, it smells good. Are those the shallots? Oh. Shallots. Your shallots are delicious, sir. Yeah? Yeah. Noodle says that Mommy is not working hard enough to make his badge satisfactory. He says he's gonna have all of the badge hacks, leet hacks on his feet. That's what Noodle says. Let me bring this down here. Oh God. What have I done? Oh God. I'll screw with that later. I'll figure out what I want to do there in a bit. Don't want to mess with it now. Oh shit. So that's not... That needs more lines. Okay, Noodle says that I'm not trying hard enough. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've done anything super fancy like this, actually. Is it the first time you're doing anything super fancy like this too, Mark?
What, the risotto?
No, the board.
Oh, the board
thing.
Yeah, I've decided to build my own analog synthesizer.
Mark's making an analog synth.
So there's this thing called Eurorack, right? And people that are synthesizer enthusiasts can buy modules, and there's a million combinations of them. They're very expensive per module. The electronics are simple, but they're just really nice pieces of art that you assemble in a box, and then you connect them together to get crazy sounds. So I decided to, instead of that, I'm going to get a design module by module until I have a synthesizer that makes sounds.
So Mark's
I've always wanted to build one of those. So
Mark's making fancy boxes.
yeah, I've been doing research all weekend in analog synthesis, right? Because I've always wanted to build one, but I never paid attention to the actual nuts and bolts of what that means. And so the primary thing that you have is they call it VCO. It's called a voltage controlled oscillator. It's the thing that makes the tone when you hear a synthesizer.
Yeah.
And so you can control its parameters by voltages that you bring into the module. So you can change its frequency with a knob that's on the module, but you can also run like an 1/8" jack in, like a patch panel, and you can take a voltage that comes out of something else, whether it's a computer or another knob, or a device that's changing, and change the frequency, change the amplitude, change the waveform. So the module is like, it has a bunch of inputs and it has a bunch of outputs, and you can affect those. But then you use that output into the next module over, and that thing might do reverb or echo or some other crazy sound modulation. So you modularize the sound, and you get the most unique sounds because the all the different things you do to it are almost infinite that you can do. So, but you can build really big synthesizer, like room-size synthesizer racks if you want, out of these like 1 or 2 inch modules. So I'm going to build one module just for the fun of it, and if it's fun, I'll build another module, a different one, and I'll build a synthesizer over time. I'm going to open source all of it too. I just like doing it. So someday you'll be able to check it out.
Noodle.
Right now I'm making risotto.
Yeah.
And I don't like Martha Stewart's. She wants me to do some really weird preparation stuff.
You don't want a Martha Stewart?
Yeah, I'm going to go back down to Food Network's 30-minute recipe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's like making you do more complicated stuff than you'd like.
Yeah, she's like, take porcinis and get a broth, and now take your other mushrooms and saute them, and then 5 pots later. Thanks, Martha.
Hey, Martha.
Martha.
Martha is magic. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. noodleCon. It's just gonna get harder from here, Sarah. What have I done? I don't even know. What was that? Do I need to put another thing there? Yeah? Like that? That'll do. Noodle's first DEF CON. He's getting to do all this cool stuff at a way younger age than I got to do. Noodle, I'm jealous. Like, he's way better traveled than I was when I was 3.5. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna fill myself with rice, and then I'm gonna go beach in the kiddie pool for the rest of the night. And think about all the things I have to do tomorrow when I get up. Yuck, yuck. Not fun. But that's okay. That's kind of starting to look like a thing. Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna have to screw with it more, because there's all this weird space around Noodle's body that I'm going to have to account for. Ugh, but we're getting there. I'm gonna check the chat. Restrict? So AP Tech says that the restrict layer is where you don't want solder mask, which is what Mark originally thought. I actually don't know, but he looked it up and he said that it was the stop layer that is where the solder mask won't go. I don't know. I don't know who's right. I'll probably look it up on my own. Aw, James says Noodle shouldn't badmouth his mommy. Noodle's just very demanding. Noodle pushes mommy to make sure that she keeps making progress on the stuff that she needs to. Otherwise, mommy would just sit and play Team Fortress and Splatoon all day and eat beef. Yup. No, I'm totally not really a programmer. I'm just a, I don't know what I am. Artist? I'm an artist. I'm a thoughtist. I'm gonna start previewing this on like OSH Park's website to see if I'm doing it right. Because I'm fairly certain I'm not. Oh man, it's gonna be all confusing and stuff. That's where the copper's gonna go. I think I moved that too far out. I think this needs to go to here and not all the way to the feet meet. Sounds right. Maybe. Asking to come over. So that needs to go to here. Oh. Okay. I think this is starting to look the way I wanted to. To make sure, I think in a second, after I think it's starting to look like a shape, I will preview it on Oshpark's site and see what it looks like on their previewer, because that's probably going to give me the best, quickest idea of what's going on. And I'll probably reference that back and forth until it actually looks like the badge that I'm thinking I'm trying to design. Nothing is ever as easy as you want it to be. Ever, ever. Okay, let's fix this weird looking crap right here. No. NoodleCon. Noodle! You're a con! Okay, so... it should be something doing, maybe? Nope. What? Okay. I think that's good. I think. Mark! Is it getting... It's getting windy outside. I hope we're not getting more storm. 'Cause that would suck. For the kiddie pool doing, that is. I do want to get in the kiddie pool. Kiddie pool. That's the summer tradition that must happen. Okay, so we went through all the trouble of filling it while I was gone, so... I think I've gone awry. That's not what I wanted. So this is getting really confusing. This is like a horrible shape game that I made up in my nightmares or something. There. I think that is what I wanted. I just have to make the lines curvy now, which shouldn't be too hard. I think I'm getting closer. I can't really tell. Is it fucking raining? No way. Hang on, I think it's raining, which is like for Vegas a really weird big deal, so I'm gonna check. Water on the window. Yeah. It is raining. What the hell? It's totally not looking good for the kiddie pool. That breaks my heart. The few things I have to look forward to. Relaxation-wise. It's okay. We can still watch Westworld inside the house. It's just not as decadent. NoodleCon. Okay, that's starting to look like a badge. Barely. I know, Benjamin, you're right. Noodle totally summoned this thunderstorm that like literally just rolled into town, because that's how storms work here in Vegas. It'll be like totally normal outside, and then we'll get like this majestic gust front, like this outflow boundary will just like ram like your house, which is wind. The wind will just come out of nowhere. It'll get really violent and intense and loud, and all the dust will kick up, and then like maybe 5-10 minutes after that we get like ominous clouds that roll in and it starts raining, which is kind of what just happened now. Like it was kind of loud and windy, and the tarp outside started flapping around, and now there's kind of wetness occurring. Which, I mean, I'm all for watching Westworld on a stormy night with beer and friends, but I was kind of hoping to do that in the kitty. I mean, granted, it's still probably, it's like warm. I think the high was 99 today, so the water's still probably pretty decent. We could just sit out there in the water while it rains, which sounds majestic. So I might propose that after dinner. Not that it ever rains for very long here anyway. Aww. Noodle says he wants to see the West bots. They can't rebel with only 2 feet, but they have guns, Tony. You don't need multiple tasting feet when you have high velocity piece throwing devices. Noodle doesn't understand the concept of guns yet. He doesn't even have his turret feet, so how could he? Noodle. Maybe he gets to watch Westworld with us tonight. Well, the pool is luckily under an awning, so we won't get wet like while it rains sitting in it. But it will be kind of dusty, because I'm guessing it'll likely still continue to be windy. I'm just looking outside right now. Whatever, we'll decide later. There's food to be eaten. Which, Tony, if you're still there, by the way, if you want to head over and eat, like it's just about ready, like within the next half hour or so. Aw. Yeah, you're right, Tony. Noodle does have murder candies, but I don't think he has the concept of what they're for or where they're from. Noodle doesn't understand murder. Noodle. No, we have a TV that we got specifically for the um this sounds like really decadent. We got a flat screen TV specifically to bring outside with us so that we could sit in the kiddie pool and watch movies. Like that is the level of summer decadence that we have reached. We've crossed that threshold. So yeah, like within the past years that we've been doing that in the summer, we've decided to just keep adding on layers of relative luxury. And this year we added a TV dedicated for outside use while in the pool, and then we have a kegerator now that we have like unlimited beer, relative unlimited beer from. So we can really, really hit the kitty hard and enjoy it to the fullest. Decadence is the rule. I agree. I mean, most of the time, it's kind of like, I don't know, what's the word? It escaped me. Things are kind of like bleak and cynical here. Typically, it's a fun place to live, but I don't know. It's got its cons along with its pros, so it's nice to take advantage of the nice stuff once in a while. And one of the nice things is that since it is so damn hot here in the summer, you can just sit outside all night and enjoy the warmth, because it never really quite cools down. To the extent of sitting in an unheated kiddie pool and having it be like bathwater. So might as well take advantage of it while it's here, because it only lasts like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, I think I'm gonna save this, and I'm going to go to Osh Park, and I'm gonna preview it to see what it looks like on their site, because that's kind of a quick, cheap way. Oh wow, their site is different. Oh my god. Sure. I think it's just on my desktop. NoodleCon. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know what gray is. Failure critical. Oh god. Your project does not contain a bottom silk screen. We couldn't find a copper layer. Your project doesn't contain a bottom solder mask. We couldn't find a drill file. Oh dear. Okay, so it's nice that it tells you that. Wow. Okay, so far, I'm not really quite sure what the gray indicates, since I've never really completely blocked out the solder mask on a board design before. I like the look. Like when I used to home etch boards in the sink, I really liked the way that the fiberglass looked, like the raw, transparent, yellowy colored stuff, but I haven't actually implemented that aesthetic in any of my like current boards. So I'm guessing the gray means nothing, maybe. So we'll just go with that. I'm gonna keep going, because I mean that looks relatively correct so far, kind of. I'll see about doing that negative space thing with the silk so that I can put the middle parts and the O's and the E and the D here, because that's kind of important. That'll do. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. I think the next thing is the I'm gonna ask Mark real quick what layer I want to trace this second outside line, this second stroke around the letters and noodle, because I think that confused. I'm fairly certain this wasn't supposed to go to the letters. So like what he told me to do was actually incorrect. Like I'm pretty sure. But I'll nag him about that in a bit. Because this second line that's on the outside of where the silk is, I actually want there to be solder mask there. Like I want that to be my dark color. So it doesn't make sense that this would be clipped back all the way to where the silk is. In fact, if I move this, here, let's just do it to one part and see what it does. So that's going to be a pain now because I have my reference on. Oops. Oh god. Okay, so I'm just going to do this to one letter and see what it does on Oshpark's previewer. Okay, so one letter, I'm going to save it. And that's annoying. Motherfucker. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm pretty sure that's what I want. And then I want there to be a copper stroke around that too, so I probably need to like push it out even farther. Right? That's what I drew in Illustrator, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the letters are... Okay, so there's not white there. Ah, that's what I did. I'm bad at this. Okay. So you very confidently do the wrong thing. Okay, so that was correct. So I do need to have that exposed, but I need the copper to be there still. So I will draw copper there, and it will be exposed. And this I want to be on a different layer. Like the mask? Let's see if I can do that. So I'm gonna hit the wrench, I'm gonna go layer, like T. Is there a T mask layer? Is that a thing? No? Cream, finish, glue, place, origins. I need a plane. Okay, so that's not what I want. Okay, I'm gonna ask Mark real quick because I'm not entirely sure. Or I can just trial and error this. Screw it. Top origins. Values, no. T-stop. Okay, so I want, I think I just don't want any silk. So I just delete these. Like, literally. Like, I don't want... So if I have none except for the top, is it tea cream? Or is it silk? No. Tea place? There we go. Okay. So the only things that are white in this design are his head and his 3 feet. So all of this stuff is for naught. I blocked it in, I don't know why. So if I get rid of it, man, it is windy outside. Damn it. Okay. Save. Let's try this. Okay, so if I go back to Osh Park, cancel, and let's try this again. The letters should be purple, and the body should be white, and then I'm going to ask Mark which layer I need to manipulate to get the trace, the gold tracy stuff to shine through. My, yeah, my copper. Because there's going to be a copper stroke around the noodleCon letters, as well as his body, like Noodle's little leg bone frames. And then I'll see about doing the negative space, the negative cutouts in the silk, so that I can get those holes in the O's and the E's, and then his eyes as well. Because I prefer not to have his eyes be creepy, like have lines like a stencil, to allow there to be holes there. But it's getting there. It's getting there slowly. NoodleCon. Okay. Let's go for all. Save. Don't want to lose my progress. Noodle, you're looking good. It's getting there. Don't worry. Mommy's gonna have it done by tomorrow. I also need to write a follow-up blog post about the talk that I gave at Supply Frames Hardware Developers Didactic Galactic. So when I have time, like probably tomorrow in the morning when I feel like fresh, I'm gonna go through and do that. Write a follow-up. Noodle says Mommy's doing good. She just needs to keep going. So I think it's trace. So I want to, on the top layer, I think I'm going to put that stroke on there. So layer top. That's not doing anything. Okay. Do I have to trace it? here with that is huge. That is also huge. That'll probably do. Okay, I'm curious if that did what I thought it was supposed to do. Let's save it and check. NoodleCon. NoodleCon. Ha! There's gold there. Okay. Okay, that's we're getting closer. This is good. Alright, keep going, Sarah. You can do this. Critical error. This is not a circuit board. It's just a board with some garbage on it. I'm pretty sure, at least. Alright, so let's draw that a little bit better. So it doesn't look quite so garbagey. Actually, I think I can turn off my reference layer for this part while I trace in my whatchamacallit. Risotto smells good. I don't know if you can hear Mark banging in there. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna keep drawing my gold then. To the best of my abilities. If I can at least get this part looking fairly decent, then I can strip down to my panties and jump in the kiddie pool after I fill my belly. And watch my show and enjoy my Saturday with my boys. Chill with my boys in the Hamptons. The Hamptons. The Hamptons. Chill with my boys in the Hamptons. Get this looking somewhat decent. I remember the first badges that we made for DEF CON, which was like 5 years ago. We had them made with Osh Park, and they were keys for the DEF CON Darknet, which I think it was the second year that Darknet was a thing. And we had exactly 3 made, and Mark and I had one, and then we gave one to the guy who founded the contest. Talking about our Darknet keys. Yeah, sure. I'll show everybody. And then the first badges we made for ourselves were home etched. Like, we got copper board and we drew on it with Sharpie and made name badges, like way long ago. Well, I guess 5 years ago. Same year, the year before we made the keys. So the year before we made the keys, we like home etched our own name tags. And this was like Mark's Mayhem hand-drawn board. And it just lights up. There's like tiny little pads blotted in there where there's surface mount. I think they're tungsten LEDs. And they're like really tiny, like the little tiny specks. And it like backlit pretty well. If I hold that up. I don't have mine here. It's like, I don't know where the hell it is actually. And then the key. You don't have to get the key. You don't have to, well, you don't have to remove, leave it. Ugh. Hush, little raptor, don't you cry. Noodle's gonna taste you. See, you don't have to do it. Mark, don't do that. What mess? What did you? 1 second. Here. Yeah, I was the graphic art director for Darknet like the first 4 years that they did it, and we made a board. Like the theme one year was like those old chunky looking sexy keys from the days of old. Ooh, I think we have an ox. Let me get the door. But here's the sexy key. I'll get it! Nope. No. I'm show and telling. It's coming along. I was showing the people
the key,
the old key. Tony's here. We're gonna eat, and then we're gonna get in the kiddie pool, maybe, if it's not raining. Is it raining?
It's getting fun.
It's windy.
Oh yeah, it's windy. There's lightning. It's going to be raining soon.
Should we sit in the pool anyway?
I mean, I don't think it matters. Yeah. It just depends on if the pool is warm or freaking ice cold.
It might be a little better today. It was like 100 out. Did you see what it looks like on the Osh thing?
No.
Oh, here, let me finish this letter. I'll show you. I've been like referencing that to see if I'm in the right, doing it right. So if I escape, save, and go over to this, their previewer is a pretty good idea if it's turning out the way that you expect it to.
Okay. I don't make PCBs.
Okay. So I'm guessing the gray is nothing, and then I just started adding the copper outline to the letters. The only thing that I can't figure out how to do is put the negative space back in the O's and like his eyes and stuff without there being like a stencil line connecting them. So there might be a tool that does that, or some people that have made a thing like an, I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna throw it at Mark at some point and be like, and then he's gonna maybe solve it, maybe not. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever gotten this. Your project doesn't contain a bottom copper file. Your project doesn't contain a bottom solder mask.
Okay.
It's like, this isn't anything. Thing. See? There you are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if Noodle lifeguards the pool, you can call him a pool noodle. Yeah. Noodle Pool exists. Not Pool Noodle, but Noodle Pool has a Deadpool costume, which doesn't have anything to do with the pool, but his pool noodliness has been riffed on. Weird storm. Wrong camera. Am I coming to DEF CON this year? Do the art and landscape illustrating and convert it to PCB? Peter, I have it in Illustrator, but I exported the DXF and then brought that into Eagle, and it's still tricky getting everything on the correct layers in the proper way, since a lot of it is like, I don't know.
Professional software is not designed for art.
Ritter, like, KiCad, similar stuff too. I've never used KiCad, whatever, to PCB converter. Like, I mean, I might look into it eventually. I decided to do this like today, so I'm just sort of banging my face over it to see if I can come up with something like as quickly as possible. So, in lieu of spending a lot of time on it and having it look really nice, I just want to get it done so that I have it like on time or in time for DEF CON. Which is in 3 weeks. So I literally have to finish it by Monday if I want that to happen. So I'm gonna see how far I get. But I don't know. Food is done and the company is here, so I'm gonna wrap this up and call it a day for the doing. But probably tomorrow, like during the day, if I pick this up again, which I probably will, after I get a better idea how to overcome the issues that I'm having right now with the blocking and the little negative space pieces, I'll maybe stream finishing it, or at the very least I'll show you what the outcome is once I order it. Mark, do you want to come say bye? Do you want to look at what I did and give me your input before I log out? So I did this.
Do you want to upload it to Watch Park to preview it?
I did.
You did.
Here. I've been doing that. I've totally been cheating.
Oh, you can save the image once you drag the image off so you get a copy of it. So you need to do your O's and your O, big O.
But I don't know how to do the...
All right, you need to do the reverse thing.
No, I know.
Other than that, in his eyes, yeah, looks good. You gonna curve the badge, or are you gonna make it all choppy?
I don't know.
Okay. Looks great.
I don't know yet.
Tell me your photo.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go eat. Say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Say bye. Mark, wave, wiggle your booty. Yeah? All right. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe, if not in the near future. Take care. Enjoy the rest of Saturday. And how do I say goodbye? How do I make it stop? Here. Nope. There we go. Big camera. Right.